The two old friends, Brooks and Reiner, had dinner together almost every night. In 2012, they did an episode of Jerry Seinfeld's web series Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. As Seinfeld walked out the front door of Reiner's house, he just had to tell one more joke. "Hey Jerry," Reiner called. "You know the difference between a Jew and a Frenchman? A Frenchman leaves without saying goodbye. A Jew says goodbye and never leaves. My job is the job of the audience," Reiner told NPR's Scott Simon in 2009. "I'm asking all the questions the audience would like to ask a man who lived for 2,000 years. It was a combination of truth and incongruity that made it work." Reiner's most memorable solo creation came way back in 1960 when he wrote a script for a TV sitcom called Head of the Family. It was about a TV comedy writer and he was the star. But Reiner couldn't sell the show until someone else was cast in the leg. That someone else turned out to be Dick Van Dyke. The Dick Van Dyke Show was a milestone in American TV sitcoms. Reiner wrote many episodes and he played Alan Brady, the arrogant and egotistical star of the show within the show. The show ran from 1961 to 1966. It made stars of both Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore. "He's not only been my mentor and good friend, but possibly the best comedy writer who ever lived," Van Dyke said of Reiner, and Reiner directed more than a dozen movies, including 4 with Steve Martin. "We became very, very close," Martin said. "He was like a father to me, although I wouldn't let him beg me like he wanted to." Reiner was a funny man. But if there's a theme to his career, it was that he made other comics funnier. He was a mensch. He won 9 Emmys and a Grammy. And yet whenever it was time to take credit for something, Reiner would almost always deflect the credit to his partners, whether it was to his longtime collaborator Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is the single funniest human being that I ever met, or his wife of 65 years, Estelle. "I never felt that I had enough words to be a writer, but my wife is the one who gave me the key." Estelle Reiner died in 2008. They had 3 children, including Rob Reiner, who, inspired by his father, has also directed and acted in dozens of movies and TV shows. Reiner was active well into his 90s. On Parks and Recreation he played a politically powerful senior. He did voiceovers for the TV series Bob's Burgers. And he tweeted, "The two old friends, Brooks and Reiner, had dinner together almost every night." In 2012, they did an episode of Jerry Seinfeld's web series Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. As Seinfeld walked out the front door of Reiner's house, he just had to tell one more joke. "Hey Jerry," Reiner called. "You know the difference between a Jew and a Frenchman? A Frenchman leaves without saying goodbye. A Jew says goodbye and never leaves." And do not forget to subscribe to the channel and share the video with friends and like you. Thank you for watching.